Backchat TV. Subscribe.
What's going on, boxing fans? Welcome to Backchat TV. So now we're discussing the matchup, middleweight, women's fight between Claressa Shields and Hanna Gabriels. Some people may not be that familiar with Hanna Gabriels. They fought once before, and it was competitive, very competitive. It was a good fight at the time, a few years ago now. Hanna Gabriels still remains the only lady to knock Claressa Shields down. I think it was like in the first round or something, and that's gonna be a good kind of talking point to sell the fight, really, because there isn't many people, there isn't many women who can give Claressa Shields, a good competitive contest. At the moment in the women's division, it's just not that deep, and Claressa Shields is just head and shoulders above everyone at the moment. But having said that, there are a few girls who've got a good shout with Claressa Shields, has got a chance to make it competitive, and Hanna Gabriels is definitely one of them. Now, Savannah Marshall, in my book, and most people's book, I would suspect, would have been the favourite for a rematch, because the fight that they had was very close, very competitive. It was Claressa Shields' toughest fight. Savannah Marshall can really fight. She came up short. She was just a little bit, like, she was second best in some of the exchanges, and but she did well enough for the rematch to be, competitive if they were to fight again. And I think that fight would sell, but they tried to make it and it didn't quite happen. I'm not sure why. I did a video about it, but I'm not sure exactly why. There was some dispute about money and where the fight should be. Claressa thinking that she's earned the right to have the rematch in America, and Savannah Marshall was trying to get the fight in the UK because it was so big in the UK before, and it just kind of fell apart. And so I guess Hanna Gabriel stepped in, and it's a good fight because Hanna Gabriel has always wanted to get that rematch with Claressa Shields, and she's supposed to be much improved now. It's a good few years ago. She says she's a different fighter now. She says that she now understands what she needs to do to beat Claressa Shields. And it will definitely be competitive. Hanna Gabriels is definitely as tough as they come. She's got some good skills as well. There's a lot of other females that don't want to fight her. She's quite avoided, and she's got some good wins. So it will be competitive. I'm not sure if it's gonna sell out as much as it would Savannah, as much as the Savannah Marshall rematch would have sold out. But you can't count out Hanna Gabriels, and that's a good thing. So I'm still looking forward to watching the fight. I think it's going to be, it's not a 50-50 fight. I definitely would put Claressa Shields as favourite for obvious reasons. But like I said, there's a good talking point in the fact that she's the first woman to knock her down. She does carry some power, Hanna Gabriels. She's very avoided, and Claressa Shields even knows that. She said it in a press conference that she does believe Hanna Gabriels has been avoided for obvious reasons. She carries some power in her hands. She's improved her skills. She looked good in the fight against Shields, to be honest. She had some good head movements, some good footwork. But she was just coming off second best in the exchanges. She was a little bit slow, and every time she tried to set up her punches, Claressa Shields would land, two punches before she could let off her punches, and that's often the case. If you ever watch Claressa Shields, she's just a lot faster than her opponents. Same thing with Savannah Marshall, and it was definitely the same thing in the first fight with Hanna Gabriels. So I don't know how she's going to get past that hand speed that she's got. It's not so much the power that bothered Hanna Marshall, because Hanna Marshall was just walking forward all night on Claressa Shields, and it went the distance. She took clean shots from Shields and never looked particularly hurt. So she kept putting her under pressure. But even though she was putting her under pressure, she was still coming off second best in the exchanges. So I'd like to see how she's going to rectify that. I did watch a little bit of her training with her coach, and they seem to be planning to go to the body quite a lot. So, in the exchanges, go to the body, especially where she wasn't hurt by Claressa Shields' punches. She could go to the body and hopefully slow her down. And I think that may work because, to me, Hanna Gabriels looked better when she did go to the body on the inside. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm looking forward to the fight. It's the second best fight that could be made, I think, to Savannah Marshall. And also, Savannah Marshall's also got a tough fight. This fight is on June the 3rd. Savannah Marshall's fight, I'm not sure when the date is. I'll have to check. But she's got a fight with the super middleweight champion, Franchon Cruz. And that's not an easy fight either. Very tough fight. Franchon Cruz is a very tough fighter. I'm not 100% sure Savannah Marshall wins that fight. So we've got two competitive fights here. If Savannah Marshall loses, her stock significantly goes down, to be honest. And the rematch probably would, less and less. And it would look more like a fight between Cruz, a rematch between Cruz and Shields, if Cruz was to beat Savannah Marshall. But Claressa Shields at the moment, head and shoulders above everyone. She's beaten Hanna Gabriels before, she's beaten Cruz before, and now she's beaten Savannah Marshall. So she really is, setting up some. She's in a league of her own at the moment, but it's still competitive between some of these girls. And there's another girl that's coming through that's supposed to be quite a good fighter, who Claressa Shields is interested in fighting. But at the moment, there isn't really anyone that competitive apart from Savannah Marshall for Cruz to fight. But let me know what you think about this Hanna Gabriels fight. She does look good, and I think that she will impress a lot of people. She's a good speaker as well, good talker. She looks the part, she's strong, she's got power, and anyone who's got power has got a chance. Having said that, like I said before, I do feel that Shields is head and shoulders above everyone at the moment, including Hanna Gabriels. So I would expect Shields to get a unanimous decision in this fight, or majority decision as she did in the last fight. But I'm going to be interested to see what happens in this fight. I do like Hanna Gabriels, so let me know what you think. Does she stand a chance? Who do you think wins the fight between Savannah Marshall and Franchon Cruz? Let me know your comments. I'm on to the next one. As always, just want to give a shout out to everyone who pressed on my video. Please leave a comment, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.